Success quotes: take control, let go, and live with purpose. Live life on your terms. Stop making people a priority when they don't do the same for you. Relationships should be mutual, not one-sided. If someone truly values you, their actions will prove it. Nothing in life is permanent. Situations change, people change, pain fades. Don't stress too much. What seems overwhelming today will one day be just a memory. Your worth is not measured by someone else's failure to see it. You are valuable, whether others recognize it or not. Interestingly, your enemies may tell you the truth because it hurts, while your friends might protect you with lies. Learn to see things clearly and trust your instincts. Live your life for yourself. Even those who love you can't walk your path for you. They may support you, but ultimately, your journey is yours alone. Fear is a choice. Danger is real. Beneath pain, there's a lesson. Beneath sorrow, there's hope. Beneath struggle, there's courage. When it feels like all is lost, that's often when you discover what you truly need. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life. Some people are just passing through to teach you lessons. Accept that, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Growth comes from acceptance, learning, and letting go. Be big enough to admit your mistakes. Be wise enough to learn from them. Be strong enough to correct them. Letting go isn't easy, but sometimes it's the best thing you can do. Contentment isn't about getting everything you want. It's realizing how much you already have. Life is all about balance. Be kind, but don't let others take advantage of you. Trust, but don't allow yourself to be deceived. Be content, but never stop striving for growth. Even if you're the only one who believes in yourself, that's enough. Keep going. Life becomes so much better when you stop taking things personally. No matter how kind you are, some people will talk about you behind your back. That's their problem, not yours. What's causing you pain today won't last forever. Time heals, situations change, and you will grow through it. Never take someone's feelings for granted. You never know how much courage it took for them to share them. If you aren't confident, fake it. Confidence is built through action. Master your mindset. Control what you can. Release what you can. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. Expectations often lead to disappointment, so expect less and focus more on yourself. The people who say you can't or you won't are usually the ones afraid that you will. Let them doubt you, then prove them wrong. Never set yourself on fire to keep others warm. If you think the world will treat you fairly because you are fair, you're fooling yourself. That's like expecting a lion not to eat you because you didn't eat him. Worrying doesn't prevent tomorrow's problems. It just makes today harder. Every shadow exists because there's light nearby. Just because you hate this chapter doesn't mean you won't love the whole book. If something can be fixed, fix it. If it can't, let it go. Complaining won't change anything. The real problem. You think you have time, but time is fleeting. Life can only be understood backward, but it must be lived forward. Focus on what matters, your energy, your growth, your happiness. You may not notice your progress because you're always raising your own standards. Take time to appreciate how far you've come. Let go or be dragged. Trying to please everyone will only make you miserable. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have none. Focus on what truly matters. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Life isn't always fair, but you can still make the most of it. You are not always responsible for your first thought, but you are responsible for the second one, how you choose to react. Never be so kind that you forget to be smart, and never be so smart that you forget to be kind. Final truths. Own your choices and live with purpose. Your mind will give up before your body does. Train it to be stronger. A calm sea never made a skilled sailor. Challenges shape you. Waiting for change without taking action is like waiting for a train at a bus stop. If you keep questioning whether something is right for you, the answer is usually no. At some point, you'll realize no one else has a say in your life but you. You are in control of your happiness, your success, and your growth. So stop waiting. Start living. Success quotes. Take control. Embrace growth. And live with purpose. Your life is yours, unless you let others control it. When you work for someone else, you own your labor, but not the full rewards of your efforts. True freedom begins the moment you take control of your own destiny. We have 2 lives. The second starts when we realize we only have one. The fears we avoid, the risks we refuse to take, those are the things that hold the greatest rewards. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Nothing truly valuable comes easy. Everything can be taken from you except your ability to choose your attitude. You can do everything right and still fail. That's not a weakness. That's life. But failure is not final. It's just another step forward. Doing what's right for you will upset people, but you're the one who has to live with your choices. You can't cross an ocean without losing sight of the shore. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, even when it terrifies you. Mindset is everything. Choose growth over fear. It's easy to deceive someone, but much harder to convince them they've been deceived. People hold on to beliefs even when truth stares them in the face. Every thought you have about the future is just an illusion. The only reality is this moment, right now. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. Let go. It only weighs you down. You have the choice to be positive or negative, but only one mindset leads to success. Before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Fear is normal, but act despite it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day whispering, "I will try again tomorrow." The burdens you carry, they were meant to be climbed, not held onto forever. Stress and responsibility are not the same. Learn the difference. Let go of the past. Focus on the future. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. Someone once told me the meaning of hell. On your last day, the person you became meets the person you could have been. It's not a lack of time. It's a lack of priorities. Ask yourself, what would you do if you weren't afraid? There are always 2 paths in life, and no matter where you are, you can always change direction. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. If your goal is just to be better than someone else, you'll never reach your full potential. Stress is not the enemy. It's proof that you care. But don't let it control you. Life moves fast. If you don't stop and look around, you might miss it. Everything outside of this moment exists only in your imagination. Find peace by seeing life as it is. If you stop judging everything as good or bad and instead saw life as it truly is, you'd have more peace. We are all the villain in someone's story. Accept it. You don't need to be liked by everyone. The only person who will remember your hard work is you, not your company, not your boss. Your job will replace you in a week. Your family won't. Work hard, but never forget what really matters. The people who mind don't matter, and the people who matter won't mind. Keep breaking your heart until it opens. Remember when you wanted what you currently have? Don't take it for granted. Live with purpose. Be the person you needed. Be the person you needed when you were younger. When you do things right, people won't always notice, but that doesn't mean it wasn't worth doing. If you're unhappy, change something. Your emotions are signals, not chains. Don't fear moving slowly. Fear standing still. Sometimes a hypocrite is just someone in the process of change. The only time you should look into someone else's bowl is to make sure they have enough. Given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kindness. Other people's opinions don't define your reality. Live your truth. Final thoughts. Take your shot. Make it count. The things you own end up owning you. Don't let materialism define you. Speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. Experience life instead of just expecting things from it. Stop carrying expectations of how life should be. Embrace it as it is. One day or day one, you decide. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Youth is happy because it sees beauty. Anyone who keeps the ability to see beauty never truly grows old. And finally, the past is just a story we tell ourselves. Success quotes: embrace change, overcome fear, and keep moving forward, rocket. Every person reaches a crossroads in life, a moment where they must decide whether to let go of the past and step boldly into the future. The real tragedy isn't failure. It's clinging to the past when it no longer serves you. Luck isn't magic. It happens when preparation meets opportunity. Honesty without kindness is brutality. Kindness without honesty is manipulation. People often say dreams come true, but they forget to mention that nightmares are dreams too. You have two choices in life. One, live as though nothing is a miracle. Two, live as though everything is a miracle. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. You train people how to treat you, whether consciously or not. Master your mindset. Stop worrying. Start living. Most of our worries never happen. The moment you realize you are not your thoughts, you begin to awaken spiritually. The world is a tragedy to those who feel, but a comedy to those who think. You are either part of the problem or part of the solution. Never assume malice when stupidity is a simpler explanation. Fairy tales aren't true because they tell us dragons exist. They are true because they remind us dragons can be defeated. Stop looking to the past for happiness, justification, or excuses. The world is what it is. You are who you are. Nothing is impossible until it is done. Just because you got away with a bad decision doesn't make it a good one. It's not the critic who counts. It's the one in the arena, covered in dust, sweat, and blood. You suffer more in your mind than in reality. It's not your fault things are the way they are, but it is your responsibility to change them. We fear more things in our imagination than we suffer in reality. Anger is like acid. It does more harm to the vessel that holds it than to anything it is poured on. Fake love is everywhere in a world where real love is rare. Be mindful of who truly supports you. Whoever fights can lose, but whoever doesn't fight has already lost. We live longer when we are too busy living. The goal of an argument isn't to defeat, it's to understand. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. Pain is weakness leaving the body. You must choose. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Work like someone is working 24/7 to take your spot. The past is in your head, but the future is in your hands. A sword is only forged in fire. Most failures happen because people quit when they were closer to success than they realized. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Your hardest moments often lead to your greatest breakthroughs. The biggest mistake is thinking you have time. You've survived 100% of your worst days. A man must suffer to remake himself, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. Never forget why you started. If you can't beat fear, do it scared. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. When everything is going against you, keep going. This is the moment when everything can change. It could always be worse, so be grateful. Push harder when you feel like quitting. The moment you want to give up is the moment you need to push harder. Stop complaining about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. One day, you'll thank yourself for never giving up. Imagine this. If 10 years from now, your life was exactly the same as today, would you be happy? If the answer is no, start making changes now. Once we accept our limits, we push beyond them. Failure is not always a mistake. It might just be the best you could do at the time. The real mistake is stopping. When a defining moment arrives, you have two choices. Check, define the moment, or let the moment define you. Never give up on a dream just because it takes time. The time will pass anyway. Final thoughts. Take action. Make it count. You own your future. Stop waiting. Start creating. Fear less, do more. The best way to defeat fear is through action. Every day is a new chance to be better than yesterday. Be relentless. Greatness is within you.